and on live stream.
Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque, then in the same church, in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create a position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension. which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Welcome, everyone, to the 206 One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host today, along with Mark and Dean. And we are hosting the Universal Council, who will be presenting today's workshop. And I think we're ready to begin with them. So let's get up the PDF and start today's show.
Hi everyone, this is Azza Yusufasi. Today is another Tuesday that we come together again here to go over why we're here. I just want to go over a few things. One thing is I want to clarify as a UC that UC members are chosen by the soul of the man. It is not the physicality of the man. So,
excuse me, Azar, could you get a little closer to the mic or make
yes,
it a little closer?
I can do that. Am I louder now? Is it better?
It's a little better.
Okay.
It could be better, but it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I try to speak louder. When a person decides to become a UC member, is not their position, their job, or the education, or anything like that that made them to decide on that. So no one can put them down. no one can say, why is this person is a UC member, or they themselves put themselves down. So UC member, once decided, a person decides, is connected to all the people who speak that language. It doesn't matter if they speak Farsi, which part of the world they live. The connection is there. So the soul is working with the soul of the man. It's not the physicality of the man. Just want to clarify that. And the UC support are here to just help with the UC agenda. What is UC has to do, which direction is going, and if they need support, they support them. And as a UC member, when UC makes wishes, is a sacrosanct, these wishes. So UC member doesn't have mental diarrhea. They decide when the point is right, when the time is right, what is important to make a decision, and one decision is going to open perhaps many of the, one wish is going to open many other wishes. So it's not just every day I'm just going to go make a wish. So I just want to clarify this. So these are not done lightly. Plus, Keshe Foundation is not a country club. We're not here to go on the chat and chit chat and constantly give each other thumbs up. I said this, I made a wish, I'm present. This is not it. We have work to do. We're not here to please anybody. We're not here to favor anybody. We're here to work. Our job is very important. We're talking about the whole planet. So in case anybody just think this is the way it is, that's not the way it is. Maybe this is not for you. We have work to do, and we need to be serious. And if you have conflict within yourself, don't bring the conflict in the UC or UC support anybody, any place else. We cannot stand that. It's very important for us to be focused now. And if we cannot hold what we have inside of us, if you're not in peace with yourself, don't bring it to the table. Don't come. We're here to work together, and we have a job to do. We have to lead the people on this planet, and it's a very serious job. So with saying that, I'm just going to overread this. One planet, one nation, one race, for justice and world peace. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. Thank you. Shawata, you want to go ahead?
Yes, the next slide. This is Shwetanvar, UC Hindi language. As we know, we are doing the 5-minute silence always, 24 hours, 24/7. But this is the reminder, I will say. We will do 5-minute silence here for the souls of the 5+1 peace negotiators and souls of the IAEA and all souls working for peace in Vienna, and for the souls of the world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth. And this starts from now, put to 5 minutes. Thank you, my dear one. Welcome to the foundation. Thank you, sir. I think it's 5 minutes over. And Rick, is it 5 minutes already? Thank you. Thank you, my dear ones, dear beautiful souls, for being present here, for the elevations of all souls that need to be elevated in the beauty and totality of the light of the enlightened one. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And in India, we say Suswagatam, welcome, and Salam Namaste, salute. We can go to the next slide, my dear Rick.
Yes, hello, this is Marie. I'm the Universal Council member for the Norwegian language. And here you see the cup of life, or maybe it's not cup of life, but I think it's the cup of life. Because today, January 24th, 2022, which is today, is the second anniversary of the One Cup, One Life, which Mr. Keshe donated to the Chinese nation and shared to all humanity. And we want to thank Mr. Keshe for this gift and all the knowledge he's giving us and all the love. So thank you, Mr. Keshe, from the Universal Council. And we were supposed to play a video, but we have some problems downloading it. So I think maybe we just continue to the next slide, which is also video, Rick. Hello, this is Marie again. And this slide is from the Hispanic and Romanian community. And they say that the Romanian and Hispanic plasma communities lovingly invite you to the cycle of theoretical practical workshops. And that is every Monday. And you can enter live classes in Spanish and English. So it's translated from Spanish to English in the class. And it's on Monday at these times, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 20 hours GMT, and 9 p.m. CEST. And actually the first workshop, it's a series of workshops, and it's 4 times 4. So they are planned, I think, 16 workshops. And the first one was yesterday. And it was, so the four first workshops are about agriculture. So I'm interested in that. So I was there, and it was a great teaching. It's so good, and there are so much information. I have to go back and see it again. That was my thought. And really, really good. And there is a teacher called Gianni. I don't know where he's from. I thought he was Romanian, but maybe he's not that. But he's a very good teacher, and he done a lot of studies of agriculture. So that is very, very interesting, and I recommend everyone to go to these classes on Mondays. And next week, there will be a presentation from these workshops. So it came a little too late today, but there will be a presentation from this agricultural or teaching with Gianni, and it's gonna be beautiful, and the results are amazing. So that is for on Mondays, and there will be a presentation in the One Planet, One Nation, One Race next Tuesday. So then we can go to the next slide. And we have a guest, and that is Rafael Texteira from the Brazilian community, which is going to have a presentation for us. Thank you. Are you there, Rafael? Is he a panelist?
I think he's being brought in now.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Rafael. Welcome.
Hello, thank you very much, Marie. So first of all, I would like to say thank you for you, Marie, for the invitation to speak here in your platform of the One Nation, One Planet, One Race. And as you can see here in the screen, I would like to speak about this picture first. And today we are going to present a summary that the Keshe Foundation Brazil prepared. We read the summary last Friday in our Brazilian teaching. But before I do it, I would like to speak about this image. So first, as you can see here, this was an image made also by knowledge seekers from Brazil. And this image carries many meanings, and it is directly related to the summary that we will read next. Here we see the 3 flight units in a star formation, and each flight unit represents the cities where the first units will descend, which are Tehran, Linz, and Arizona. And we also see in the image an egg and a sperm fertilizing in the center of the star formation that also have the UC initials. So now I'd like to read the summary, please. If you can share the screen with the summary.
I didn't add that actually.
Oh, you don't have that? I have here. If you want, I can share.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Here it is. Okay, so the title of the summary is Birth of the New Human Race, Understanding by Plasma Science, Teaching by Mr. Keshe. This is an excerpt from the 415th Knowledge Seeker Workshop from January 13th, 2022, starting at around 48 minutes time. Note, summary has not been checked by Keshe Foundation, so please listen to original recording and read English transcription after this post. Summary by Keshe Foundation, Brazil. Introduction. As darkness has fallen over the entire planet, now more than ever, we are all waiting for that glimmer of light to break through, to take birth. All of the religions foretold of a dark period of humanity will go through just before the return of the Messiah, the second coming of Christ, return of Matthew, Maitreya, and Kalki. Through the teachings of Mr. Keshe and the Keshe Foundation, we call this event the birth of Mitra, which took place on 21st of December 2021. Some of us felt this power, this love for the Creator enter our dimension on the winter solstice. But what does it really mean in terms of the true science of creation? For those who are brought up in a materialistic and atheistic society, these are just beautiful words. Now, through the plasma science, as taught by Mr. Keshe, we can understand all these words mean and test them scientifically. This is, if we want to. All of these ideas point to a birth. The birthing model we have is that of a sperm and an egg interacting, dividing and growing into a new being called a baby or an offspring. In essence, this is the same thing that is happening to the Earth as a planet, through the human race right now. The process has already started and it cannot be stopped. First, it is important to know that the body cells are also souls. All of the body's souls have a controlling soul called the soul of the physicality, which is seated in the heart of the man. In turn, there is a controller over the whole being, which is the soul of the man, seated in the middle of the brain. Not only is the soul of the man, but all souls are deeply connected to the soul of the Creator. What we understand is that in physicality, the body gathers the essence from all its cells and transfers them to the sperm and egg. In the same way, people from all over the planet have gathered together to form the Universal Council, and they are being fertilized with the knowledge of the Creator. I understand this to be done all at the level of the soul, not physicality. The soul of the Universal Council will become the controlling soul of this planet, and it will determine how it will manifest itself in physicality. One could say that the soul of the new human being will set up the new shape and structure for planet Earth. From humans, in the dimension of physicality, we will see it being done through the Universal Council. I believe this is why Mr. Keshe stated that the world leaders will have to find a way to work with the Universal Council. The money of the Rothschilds has no power in this dimension of the soul. It will be done, as he says. One other thing is the date of February 22, 2022. All the shoes lined up in a Tuesday, which is the day the Universal Council meets. This was done intentionally, and he said that maybe the Methi will declare himself on that day. We as knowledge seekers are responsible to prepare for the change. The final point is that Austria, Arizona, and Tehran have all been chosen for this process. The 3 points create the base of star formation, and the 4th point will be the manifestation of the totality. For those knowledge seekers who have given their complete heart and soul to the process, it's all very clear, spelled out. It could not be any clearer. We all can go within and discover this clarity and become a conscious part of the process. Everything we as humans understand at this moment has been fulfilled, even the scriptures of every religion. There is nothing to hold us back except fear, which Mr. Keshe has dispelled by teaching us the knowledge of the universe. The soul weeps with joy, knowing that it is a part of this glorious completion. Please read the summary and transcript for a better understanding, and please forgive any mistakes that may have been made in the interpretation. Also, join with all the knowledge seekers through the soul to elevate the souls of the world leaders, religious leaders, and scientists, so that together we bring the world peace and allow the technology to come out into the open. Share this with everyone, and let us prepare the word for Methi to declare himself. Thank you very much. So this is the summary. Summary.
Well, thank
It's
you
not
so
new.
much. Yeah.
Okay, may I read the summary or should I stop?
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I will. Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it the? Yeah.
It's not that long, so I try to go so slow. So summary. It's not anymore who is going to bring the technology out, but how. The knowledge will be collectively transferred to all of us. Once the units arrive in Arizona, Tehran, and Austria, we will show everything live through cameras to every nation. We will show how they are doing it. We will invite leading world scientists to join us, and together we'll deliver the technology. We will show how the simple system can be changed to do whatever we need, from transportation to material production, and even elevation of the soul of the man. I hope I gave you a very beautiful gift, what you have been wishing for all these years to do. It's not my job anymore. It's your job to make sure every nation receives its gift, and every scientist from each nation has the right to be able to input into their system. We will deliver these systems one by one until we achieve the process of understanding the totality. Funding these projects is heavily burdened on the Keshe Foundation, but there is a limitation to what I have managed to support financially. Therefore, we call on all knowledge seekers to support this project. Now it depends on you and how you will achieve it on your areas. It's up to you to rise the consciousness of your nations to finance the project, to be there, to see it happen, and to become part of it. We will gradually increase the number of the enhancement units so that knowledge seekers can use them to show evolution in the areas of science and technology. They can show advancement in the world of medicine, or for example, agriculture, by growing plants within the system and showing that there is enough energy in one plant to feed the nation. In this process, we will teach you more, and then we'll teach you how to elevate the soul. We will also teach you how to transport the man to different positions in the universe, and to bring back what we call souvenirs of the beauty of the Creator, to show here on Earth. These souvenirs are from us in other parts of the universe. It's like what I said to a Chinese friend of mine. You travel to London and buy a souvenir, but when you turn it upside down, it says made in China. In a way, we make it, we send it, we buy it ourselves, and then we bring it back home to show how far we have sent our knowledge, to show how far we have been able to export our beauty and then bring it back home. This is the process, but it relies on the knowledge seekers, especially the Universal Council, to understand how to accommodate this transition. The transition is, in a way, to take responsibility for sharing the knowledge and ethos of the creation, There is no religion and no path except your own. The knowledge seekers become the followers of the knowledge of the Creator. You decide by the way you serve and the beauty you see in serving. As I said, we are not replacing one religion with another. There shall be no more religion, but there will be a guiding line through the soul of the man. Earlier, we thought that every cell in the body of the man has a soul, and the body itself also has a soul that centralizes the soul of every cell, so that they all work harmoniously together. We have created the Universal Council to be the central soul of every soul of the man on this planet. Once the Universal Council, humanity, and all the creation on this planet understand this, then we have created a new body. It's an embodiment of the entire Earth, with all its citizens, irrespective of their shape, color, path of belief, position, the way they live, be it a man, animal, vertical people, or vegetation, or a stone. The man has to be able to understand and guide. The purpose of the creation of the Universal Council years ago was to create that cell, that soul, for the whole of the totality of the human being. We bring an egg and a sperm together. By its division and expansion, we create the soul of the man. And that soul of the man creates the physicality of the man. We did the same. We brought people from every part of the humanity to create that sperm and egg, to create that soul. And that soul is the Universal Council. Now it's the job of the Universal Council to give shape to the new structure of this planet, and with it, to bring mankind to become part of the bigger structure as a cell in the body of the embodiment of the Creator as a universe and unicos. Now we understand the process of the completion. The flight enhancement unit brings you to this point of completion, and 94 flight units will be made available to 94 nations and more. It's your responsibility to make sure that this gets done. It's the responsibility of the knowledge seekers to bring the change. As I said before, there is this one coincidence. It was not accidental, but intentional. The 22nd of February 2022 falls on a specific day. If you check your calendars, you'll come to understand exactly what that date is and what it means to many of you. The 22nd of February 2022 falls on a Tuesday, which is the day the Universal Council meets. It's the day of the change, of the man to understand the position and the time. As was said, maybe the Mati will declare himself on that day. It's the responsibility of the man to be ready for the change. It's the responsibility of the man to prepare the mankind and the world leaders for that change. And it's the responsibility of the man that the change through science and technology and ethos will be delivered in both dimensions, the physical and the structure, that the soul of the flight system will create. The new flight enhancement units are not just for flight, they are for the flight of the freedom of the soul of the man. It's the responsibility of the Universal Council and knowledge seekers to make sure every citizen of this planet, every created thing on this planet, has equal opportunity to raise his soul to the level of understanding. Where it was said, the lion will live in the same den as the lamb. In a way, it's the den of knowledge. The soul of the lion, the lamb, and the man will understand the same. They all will become of the same essence of the source, of the knowledge of the Creator. Then we understand, as I said, would you eat your brother or would you kill your own child? By this understanding, the killing will come to an end. In time, man will mature to move on, to become part of the universal community, and use the fields of the universe to survive and not to kill to become part of. When you look at the flight enhancement unit video again, first see the ray of light shining on the unit. With this ray of light, man comes out of the darkness of ignorance and becomes part of the universal community by flying to what I call the womb of the Creator and the creation. Thank you for today, and I could not have given you a better gift of knowledge as what I have done today. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to us, and thank you, Mahir, once again for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Rafael. That was so beautiful. And you know, On the next slide is this group you have on the Wednesdays in Keshe Foundation Brazil. Can you go to the next slide, Rick? Maybe you can say something about that one too. This one.
Okay, thank you, Mahi. Yeah, this is a gathering that we do every Wednesday. It was requested by Mr. Keshe. We try to keep doing every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central European Time, this gathering, where we join our souls to the Vienna talks to try to bring this change. And all of you are welcome to join us. So every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central European Time, we are also doing this joining of the souls here in the Brazilian community every day at 9 p.m. at 1 a.m. Central European Time. But this one on Wednesday is, as we call, is special because it was by the request of Mr. Keshe this time. And we try to share in the screen also what we are saying. In the screen, we share in English language so everybody can come, join us and follow what's being said and follow us in this process. And the main process for us to be together, I believe it, as one nation and one planet. So all of you are welcome to join us. So this joining of the souls on Wednesdays and every day also happen in our Telegram group. We open a chat, a video chat there, and all of you are welcome to join. And our group is Keshe Brazil Corona Team on Telegram. So just join the group and you'll see that we open a Zoom room, a chat video in this group at 6 p.m. Central European Time on Wednesday. So thank you very much once again.
Oh, thank you. That is so beautiful. I have another slide that you are in. We go to the next slide, Rick. Because this is an invitation to everyone to join us, Raphael and me representing the Universal Council, in tonight's TV Galactica broadcast. It's at 11 p.m. CET. So I speak in English and Raphael translate to Portuguese. But we have other languages represented too, but in their own way. And so we have someone translating to Spanish. I don't know where that group is, but if you go to the Telegram in Spanish, then or Hispanic Telegram group, I guess you find it there. So that is a possibility for everyone to join us. And if you want to translate or either directly or you want a transcript and just put it out as text in your language, then you have to contact me and I will send it to you. I wanted to say that, and I hope as many as possible will join Raphael and me and Rosanna tonight at 11 p.m. CET. Want to say something about it, Raphael? Or did you leave?
No, I'm here. So thank you, Mahi, for announcing. And no, you said everything. I just want to say thank you for being with us. It's a very important meeting that all the knowledge seekers here from Brazil are always very eager to listen and answers from the Universal Council in this day. And we are more than 2 years now, I believe. I think, more than 1 year. So I think it's more than 2 years now, that's correct. And then, so it's very nice to what we are doing this in the TV Galactica. I want to say thank you also for the channel TV Galactica to open the space for us to be there every Tuesday. So thank you, Mahi.
Thank you. And we will share the link when we have it, because we don't have it yet, in all the Telegram groups and in the student chat on Zoom. Thank you.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, from wherever you are, like usually Mr. Keshe said as well. This is Stefania. I'm representing the Italian language of the Universal Council. And as every week, I present in the World Peace Project, One City, One Center. I'm not going to have anything to show, like videos. Because they recommended to speak instead to show videos. So I just recommend everyone to go in to see the last workshop of the 416. Very, very important workshop. Mr. Keshe make a direct talk also targeting the scientists, the nuclear scientists, and the world of science of technology. So he explained that we're moving from the matter state to the plasma, to the energy state of plasma. And we all have a responsibility to really understand this technology and develop. So Mr. Keshe, he explained also that he took him years and years to answer the very important questions that that we have in life that usually you don't find answer for. It took him years and years until he developed this technology, and now he gives us as a gift to all humankind, and we have to now understand the importance of this gift, and the responsibility that we have as all humankind to really get together. This is the only power we have. The power we have is the strength of working together. So we have to find the balance. How can we come together as one nation and as one project, World Peace, to really develop and take to the next level this technology. No one's gonna do for us. We have to do it. Already half of the work has been done. So as Mr. Keshe said in the workshop, that he made already himself a lot of development, trying to answer those important questions, and he managed, but he cannot do all on his own. So really invite all the nuclear scientists, people who understand already the nuclear technology, and how can we develop this into the plasma nuclear technology. So plasma nuclear technology is a technology that is, how can you say, goes beyond an imagination. It required people with open mind. It required people really to put to one side or to add to their present knowledge this new knowledge. So we have to create space for this. Yes, so definitely, if anyone here listening and you know personally nuclear scientist, or you know school, or you got contact with any space agency, very soon we're gonna deliver a letter that we'll be able to send to all those people to let them know about this gift. And so then they know, and because I'm sure there are people waiting for this. I was speaking with a nuclear scientist last week, and he said that that for him, the science study, it was not enough, and he looked for more. He went into music, but I'm sure that there are a lot of scientists who are waiting for this step to happen. So it's our responsibility to let as many people as we know about this news. And another things I also recommend you to listen to the workshop is because it's very important now. So with this technology, we're gonna be able to be in charge. Like it's like if Mr. Keshe gave us a car, and we now have to learn how to drive it. No? So, and once we are become the driver, we become in charge, and we have a say. At the moment, we do not have a say. No, so to have a say. So, for example, we make this fantastic example about how can collectively we get together to create the neutron, and then we have to decide when divide this neutron into protons and electron, and we have to decide when to put the neutron back together as it was originally. So this really given shortly is what we need to learn. We need to learn to be in the driving seat. So we have a say on this. We're going to be able to make to be in charge on our life. We're going to truly become like the creators. So we need also many people with the thinking out of the box, because as also Mr. Keshe said that this was my understanding, by the way, of Mr. Keshe, what Mr. Keshe said. That's why I make listen a recording of Mr. Keshe, because I give you my interpretation. so that's why sometimes if I make you listen the recording, I take off that problem, and you can have your own interpretation. Yes. So now I lost the track. Yes. So we got a lot like everyone said here in this platform, we got a lot to do. Like Azar said, Rafael said, Mary said, we got a lot to do. We have to really not stop, continuous, give our best, try to gather in more people as we can. It's very important. One thing I understand is that a crucial thing is for us as individual to take deeper. So we all come across from one reason or the other to the Keshe technology for many reasons. We did play for years and years. It took me 5 years to understand what it was all about, and still now I still have to understand. So it takes time to really learn and understand this technology, but we need to take it deeper. We need to understand it deeply, because once we understand it deeply, once we really understand what we're talking about, then we will have the freedom to do what we want. So we will become more naturally for us to then spread the knowledge. We cannot spread the knowledge if we didn't understand deeply. So I really invite everyone to do their best to just take it deeper in your own way. So some people, as we know, this technology touch things that never been touched before. So plasma is also emotion. So one thing that Mr. Keshe was saying in the last workshop, that if we learn how to use this machine, we have to learn how to transport not just the body, the blob, the mass, but also the feelings, the everything, the totality of the person. No, so it means also the feelings, means also the memories, the whole lot. So that's why it's very, very important that require the full understanding. We cannot guess. We cannot guess with these things. So we need to take it deeper. I also was listening the other day interview with Joe Rogan and space. He was an astronaut, this gentleman, he was. And it was very interesting because he would talk about when he was working for NASA, and then he now working for from Elon Musk, and they really try really hard to go to Mars. He even said that Elon Musk wanted to die in Mars. But listen to him, I was really listening to him carefully, and he sounds very backwards because he was said himself that there are a lot of risk. The astronauts are put in a major risk when they're doing this trial of flying. They could die. Some actually they did die, and then they could take a lot of radiation. There is a lot of money. I don't know how many millions to keep and maintain whatever craft they're developing, and they just try and error. They don't even know what they're doing. So I was looking at them, and then I was thinking what Mr. Keshe gave it to us, and obviously we should not compare, but definitely this seems the plasma technology to me seems the way to go, because it's not just for few, it's not just for some, but to be able to do this, we have to collectively become one. So there are a lot of benefits. I think with the plasma technology, in one go, we're gonna solve many issues. And yesterday was very brilliant when I went to see the workshop of the knowledge seeker about the intention is to have a self-sufficient life by using plasma technology, becoming self-sufficient. That in this situation is very important of today to be free. And there was more than 100 people coming up, like there was so many people on this workshop. So you can see that people are looking a way to become independent. And but again, like Mr. Keshe said, that are the crumble of the cake. The real cake is the plasma nuclear technology. So this is where we have to focus. We have to give our best to really gather as many scientists we can to take this to the next step. And obviously, we have to prepare conditions, because we are the one who come across the Keshe Foundation first. As a Universal Council, also we have the responsibility with the Universal Council supporter and the knowledge seeker and everyone to create conditions to be able to accommodate this 24 machine that Raphael just talked about. We need to understand how we can work with each other. And still for me, this is an ongoing process. We really need to understand the work of the Universal Council, the Earth Council, the Universal Council supporter, and knowledge seeker. How can we efficiently working together to create those conditions? So this for me is where the focus is for us. I saw Mr. Keshe here. I don't know if you want to add anything on the World Peace Project, One City, One Center. I don't know if you want to add anything. Mr. Keshe, would you like to add anything, or you are a student?
Thank you, Stefania.
Okay, or anyone.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm here as a knowledge seeker, listening and learning. But in general, you're working on this target over time to come, and it just goes as it is, slowly building it up, and we'll reach to that point. Tehran is our target. Linz, now we are here. We have established a center in Germany already. We have taken premises, which is getting developed in the next few weeks. And from there on, Arizona, and hopefully in Mexico. And there's a big possibility that we increase this step by step. Will be very slow, as now we're increasing our manufacturing side to meet the demand of setting up each center. And as you see, have already been produced. So we know in the next few weeks we will start receiving a mass number of these, and our backup needs to be done that we can supply the machinery and the systems. We got to realize that the technology belongs to us. We develop it, we manufacture it, and we supply it and put it at the other end of the user end. And every part of this has to work perfectly, and it's taken us nearly 4 years to get to this point. And I think within the next 12 months, we'll be in a good position to open one center on a regular basis. But hasn't been easy, but we are there, and we'll meet this demand of one city, one center over the next 5 years. While I'm here, I listen to the beginning of the teachings and the Universal Council. We have a fairly good news for the Universal Council and members of the Keshe Foundation worldwide in respect to the peace negotiation between Iran and 5+ from the special United States. As we know, and we are aware tonight, that Iran will talk directly to the United States in the coming days. And peace negotiation.
Hello, Mr. Keshe, you're breaking up there. We lost you at peace negotiation. Hello, Mr. Keshe. Oh,
I'm back again. There are people.
okay, thank you.
Sorry, people who don't like us to come in this.
It's breaking up there, Mr. Keshe.
But eventually, as we are somewhere in the second, third week of February, as we hope is. Can you hear me?
Mr. Keshe, we lost everything. You have to repeat again, please. We lost your voice. And nothing yet, Mr. Keshe.
I said, I'll repeat again. Do you hear me at all?
Yes, we can hear that, Mr. Keshe. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, we change position. As I said, I don't know how much of it you heard. That we consider with the groups and the people we are working in the background, that thanks to many work and what I call, we ask for the support of the Universal Council and Keshe Foundation supporters for what we called our leaders to come to their senses and support them to come to that point. The 5+1 negotiation is more or less, as we see it, is over, but it'll take a few more weeks to complete it, and negotiation will bear full fruit, and we see the end of the sanctions, and we see the end of the what we call a lot of hardship for a lot of souls around the world, and this will have another implication that will free a lot of knowledge to be shared around the world in a different way. I open this later on to the Universal Council, but as we managed to achieve peace over 3-4 years ago when we set the Universal Council up, we have managed to reach peace in these 5+1 negotiations, which in fact brought many nations to compromise about each other's work than just the 5+1. One day we opened this door that a lot of nations had to give and take to make this work, and it took a long time. And this is another, as I say, winning card in the hand of the humanity. And as we know, years and years of work, now we see the fruit of it. And hopefully, now with this position in achieving, and we heard yesterday from Washington, being given green light to complete the negotiation to enter, and from Tehran on Sunday, allows the technology of the Keshe Foundation further to be developed in both nations. We'll explain this very soon. And it has a direct effect on what as knowledge seekers will teach and work in the coming months and years through this. And thanks to many of you on the Universal Council for being there, supporting it, and wishing and delivering the soul the strength to bring the what I call sanity to our leaders, and we see the result. And I congratulate you. This is your what I call maybe second major win after creating the world peace to this position. And now we have the next step, which is unification of the world leaders as one nation and religions, which this should happen very rapidly in the coming weeks. I'll explain this in a very, very short time in some of the teachings. We are on a target of a rapid deployment of new technologies. We have entered it because we took a lot of borders down, and you shall see how rapid the whole thing will start moving. Chinese government has already declared that to us in past 48 hours. You see the rapid deployment of the Keshe Foundation worldwide after the peace talk completes. And it's time for true knowledge seeker teachers to be ready to teach, that people truly understand the knowledge and become built on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Keshe. This is Azza Yusufas again. One thing we are doing as a UC member, we have started from last week. We are working on the letter and going to these 100 nations for the delivery of the flight system. And the letter will be ready by next week. And this is what's happening now. And then another subject that I want to talk about is right now, as a knowledge seeker, as a UC member, we have to think about what is our vision for the future. What is it that we really see as the future is evolving and showing itself? Because the way it's happening, if we take picture of each mind, be able to take a photo of somebody's mind. Actually, we can see their life exactly matches their life, the photos. So now, if we, as a knowledge seeker, as a UC member, when we imagine the world that is coming, what kind of world we want, imagine the flight system is thought in these 100 nations. How is it going to look like? How is it going to change everything? When we start to imagine everything and see it in our mind and on a daily basis, kind of live it. And this, through the soul of the man, it becomes contagious. So everybody, every single person start to pick up that image, pick up the future, pick up how their daily life will be. Can you imagine that you're going from New York to London in like 5 minutes, or go to another planet, or if you want to do transportation of any goods, is going to be instantaneous. When you play this with your mind and actually imagine it and play with it, it's just become wonderful. Just going and watching what is out there right now, what's happening, if is a mayhem on the street or something is happening, and regurgitate that back to others, is not going to create a future. The future is going to be created by new images, new yawning, that you kind of have a test for that flight system show up. You don't see yourself to be on a plane. You don't see yourself being in a car. You don't see yourself to live the way you live now. You can be gliding, going everywhere rather than walking even. Because once we start having that, playing with the gravitational magnetic field, you can actually elevate off the floor and just glide everywhere. You don't even have to walk. And these are the things like we're wanting. I play with them in any shape or form on a regular basis, because to me it's just fascinating to play with something that you know the basis of it. Like when the electricity showed up, how many people start to play with it, and then when you look around yourself, how many appliances came out of electricity? Without it, everything shuts down. So it's the same.
Excuse me, Azar, we're getting a bunch of static coming through. Is there something wrong with your mic there or something? Check the connection.
Maybe it's a
Make
bad
sure.
connection.
Just make sure it's plugged in or something. It's static coming through. All right,
Okay.
carry on. Thanks.
Thank you, Rick. So play with the images of what is the vision? What is the vision that you have for the future? What is it that you like to experience? And even when you come and share it with others, it's kind of projecting it to the universe. This is what's going to be. These are the ways we can make things happen. About anything, about the way you eat, about the way you travel, about the environment you are, about the way, imagine like you living in a very cold place, and then you walk out, you can have a t-shirt on, but you adjust your body temperature to the temperature that you want to walk. You don't have to put excess clothes, or you're walking in a place that is 100 degrees Celsius and it's very hot, and people stay out in an air conditioning place. Now imagine you walking outside and you adjust your body temperature to the outside, to the way you're comfortable, although it is 100 degrees. So these are all the stuff that we can play with, and many, many more. These are just a few, I made example. So we have to start imagining these things. This imagination connect people, connect to the souls. And before you know it, is all over the world. And that's about it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Asa. We can go to the next slide. Thank you, Rick. So who would like to read the piece of dome? The dome piece in Italian.
Hi, Stefania. It's Dean here. Can you hear me? If no one else is going to come forward, I can read the Doma piece.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so a call to all knowledge seekers. By the way, sorry, this is Dean representing the Universal Support for the English language. A call to all knowledge seekers. Let's together create the peace dome all over the planet. One cup, one life. So the Dome of Peace. Please remember every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet, KF knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GANS waters around the world at 12 PM CET and or 18 PM CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet. Mr. Keshe suggests the next step to create the Dome of Peace with the power of our soul. We ask you to spread the GANS waters each Sunday. Now we give you a new path. Now try to unite each other's souls. Try to elevate the soul of humanity through your own soul to a level that no one can touch the embodiment of the human race. Choose a time where all of you come together on the soul level in a state of inner calmness. At that time, don't spread the water of GANS, but spread your soul. Unite. And in time, we will make a new race out of the soul of man. And then, instead of doing it once a week, do it all the time. MT Keshe. I think many knowledge seekers have been spreading the Dome of Peace knowledge through their souls, whether they've been doing it with consciously through a matter state condition of spreading GANS waters, creating the condition and spreading those waters in the with intention into the environment, into the atmosphere, into the waters of the planet, and onto the planet itself, onto the physical plane. And then other knowledge seekers have been present and have been spreading, as Mr. Keshe has said, the soul of man. They've been using the creation, the knowledge that they have to initiate this fundamental change of knowledge across this planet. We all, once we are touched by the plasma, the field strength of the knowledge, which comes from a place that humanity has always had within inside themselves, deep within inside themselves, as it was said earlier by Raphael when he read through the text, that the soul of man is in the physical body. In every cell that we have a soul that makes up our physical body and becomes the physical body in the heart. And then we have another soul that sits in our structure of the brain, in the middle of the brain, towards the back. And this is our soul. It's a space gap, tiny little dot that is the connection to the whole of creation. And when we use that space gap, that black hole, that creation, the sun, the creation, and we use it with intention, we can bring about wonderful plasma field strengths that can change our conditions that we have to be present within in our physicalities. And this can be a very beautiful interaction that brings about many, many wonderful things that happen in your environment. And as you become a knowledge seeker and you attain this beauty, you interact with it and you realize the true beauty that sits within inside you and within inside each and every one of us. So we can spread the GANS waters, the one cup, one life that Mr. Keshe gave to us, the beauty of the knowledge of producing these plasmatic waters. And then within our physical structure, we have that condition to use our soul as we are, in fact, a one cup, one life ourselves. And once we attain the field strength of the knowledge, we can initiate the soul to create this beautiful condition. So the Dome of Peace, please spread it whenever you feel that you are connected, and you can use the one cup, one life waters, or whenever you sense and feel that your connection to any part of any plasma, which can be from an atom to a universe and everything in between. So in any moment you can touch the creation and be deeply connected with all souls, just with an intention and a thought of peace and to give unconditionally. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stefania.
Thank you, Dean. Okay, Rick, would you like to go to the next slide, please? Sweta, would you like to read it?
Yes. This is Shwetanvar, UC Hindi language. And this is about the link for the Universal Council. You can page and you can have all these links, beautiful links. And first is the UC Charter, where you can understand the soul or the science of soul or the science of the soul. And actually, this is the.
Yeah, if you can go back, Rick, to the slides before. Okay. Sweta, I think your microphone, maybe.
No, I was thinking that the slide Rick was showing is necessary because the slide you have just shown.
Okay.
Yeah, this is about that. This is about the opening of the mic for all knowledge seekers, as we are all, to share, bring your needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one race, nation, one race for justice and world peace. Please do share, my dear ones, beautiful souls, all your needs, wishes, love, anything you want to share, advice, guidance. Thank you very much. I will read the UC link next after that, after the discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So is there anyone wanted to, I don't know, Rick, if you see any hands up?
Yeah, sorry, my PDF is skipping from frame to frame by itself somehow, so I went to the wrong page there. There is a hand up, and there's a person, Allison, that has a question or comment. So perhaps we can hear from them.
Yes, hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Hi, Allison, yes, go ahead. If you
Hi.
can say who you are, where you're from.
Absolutely. I am a teacher of the science of the soul here in San Francisco, California. My question was, I wanted to understand what is the startup cost or initial funding needed in order to fully implement the one city, one world, not business proposal, but it was a few slides before when Mr. Keshe was going in and out of his speech, where he was talking about the Chinese government was ready to implement and all of the technologies would be moving pretty quickly here come February. We have facilities set up in order to do some certain plasma tech that we've been experimenting with in Northern California. And I'll probably reach out to get more contact, but I just wanted to understand what is the monetary requirement in order to build a facility that is in that meets all of the standards, so to say.
Alison, hi.
And this is also regarding to one city, one center. You don't have much of a requirement. Actually, Mr. Keshe originally, when he made a proposal for one city, one center, he actually said he will invest because the unit it's 1 million euro. And so
Mhm.
if you have a center and you're ready to go with it, and you spend $200,000 for the unit, and Mr. Keshe put the $800,000 rest of it, and we create a center. It's all about you want to do it. Is no pre-existing condition that you need to have in order to establish that center. All you need is once the proposal is made and we go through the contract, and you're going to be contacting Mr. Keshe. We put you in touch with Mr. Keshe and the whole team. And once they go through everything, all you need, they deliver the system, you have the center, and you need to have a couple of nurses or doctors to be trained by the Keshe Foundation team. So they have to be able to operate the system, the unit in your area.
Do they need to be classically medically trained from the Western medical field, or?
Yes, they have to be a doctor or a nurse.
Okay.
Because they have to know understanding of the body overall in order to be able to add the plasma science to it. They just cannot be just anybody.
Right. No, I understand. I deal with a lot of different Eastern practitioners and a lot of different like bioenergetic science, psychotronics, radionics. So they don't have the MD credentials after their name, but I do have some physician's assistants and nurse practitioners on my team just in regards for the human, what word am I looking for? The human vitals when we're doing and using certain protocols in healing and treating the body and sickness.
You know, the physician assistant and the nurse practitioner can be okay too. Because
Okay.
physician assistant as well be a physician, because they practically go through the same training except don't get a degree as a doctor.
So I know that Rick, you pulled up the Spaceship unit. I've been on the website and I'm looking at a few different models and everything. I've been kind of listening in for the past couple of months here. I just wanted to understand, is there any delineation or different, versus me purchasing and just starting to kind of ping equipment in? Did Mr. Keshe have a vision of certain centers being the headquarters for different regions regarding like North America, Asia, Europe? And was their centers going to be something different than versus an independent contractor or scientists that just want to purchase the units and put them in their
it's not like that.
center?
Because no, it's not like that.
Can't hear you, Azar.
It's not like that. It is, you see, the whole goal of Keshe Foundation is to bring peace to the planet and
Right.
create one planet, one nation, one race. So there is no such a thing as one place is going to be the headquarters, another place, another center is going to be this. They're all going to be equally established for that region.
Okay.
So there's no difference.
Okay. So the technology that's being released in February is the same technology on the site.
Because all these technologies, all same technology coming in different ways. Because we have the same technology in a flight system, in an enhancement unit, in like the one for teleportation, is all same technology, but in different, we touching different aspect of the human needs. We have it in agriculture, we have it in energy, we have it in everything, you name it, environment. We're gonna have centers for CO2 capturing, which is gonna help with the CO2, pollution. So it's the same technology, but it's applied in every aspect of human needs on this planet, not only for human, but also for animals and plants and so on and so on.
Right. Now I'll end with this, my last question. I know Mr. Keshe have personally gone through a lot of hardship, discrimination, and having a lot of personal vindictions taken against him. That is truth here in North America as well. And there's a lot of practitioners that I have worked with in this field that have been shut down, and all of their work, especially in the past pandemic. There was 2 practitioners here that the FDA came in and threatened them and shut down their laboratory. So my concern is moving forward, making this investment, purchasing everything, moving it up to Northern California, opening it up. What happens if someone gets wind of this who doesn't like what's going on, especially since we're in the middle of, our sovereignty as the human race right now? What protection, and do we have a plan for that in order if something comes down to the pipeline where we have to stand protected and protect ourselves?
You know, the way Keshe Foundation works, we work with the governments. So we make sure when we bring something to a country is already can be worked in that country. So it's not something, it has to be approved, because all these units has been approved by the European Union. And if it comes to US, they're not going to sell it to you or bring it here if it's not allowed to be worked here. So Mr. Keshe always makes sure that whatever system goes anywhere is done legally, and it goes with the law and rules of regulation of that country. And then since with this knowledge, these countries, they have to change their laws and rules, because right now with the negotiation of 5+1 and what American and Iranian are doing, because they have no choice to go to this transition and go back to the talk and bring the peace and all the sanction over, because this is the future. We cannot get stagnated in something that is from 200 years old, because we've been held behind for past 100 years, and there is no longer is feasible for nobody. And yet they know it. That's why they came to the peace talk.
Right. Thank you so much. I will. I'm going to be in contact. I'll reach out, and Rick, and everything's online. That what you're showing me right here. Just use this website portal.
This is one way to find out. This is for the Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit through the Keshe Foundation store. And it does mention at the top here, for any questions related to the Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit, please email us at office@at.kfm.global.
Okay, beautiful.
So that's your one contact for getting into it in more detail. And there's the other unit as well, the flight unit, which is also being sold, and that's part of the whole situation as well. And that's actually 10 million euro.
Yeah, we're building more along the lines of we're establishing our laboratory right now and bringing in different components, and what was just spoken truth into. The planetary suppression of this technology has gone on for far too long. And so a lot of different sound, light, healing therapy, plasma tech. And so that's why I just wanted to make sure that instead of piecemealing and just purchasing, a couple different machines, that if there was an idea or a vision in the mind of opening these centers, I wanted to make sure that I was still in uniform and representing the Keshe Foundation in that way. But if you guys are saying, hey, just, purchase what you need, invest what you need, then I will move forward and pass that on to the team.
Well, the thing is, you can't just purchase it, and it's the whole program comes with it, and Keshe Foundation keeps control of the machine and of the situation and so on. You don't actually, it's not for private individuals or someone to stick into a home or whatever and use it for themselves. That's not part of the program.
Alice, by the way, you can also, when you send the email to that email, you can, if you need, if you want to really go ahead and do everything, you can contact Universal Council, and we have members who we can set up a meeting with Mr. Keshe and the team of sales, and then you can sit with them and go through everything and all the details, how you can go about it. And just let us know, we will take care of it from there.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
No problem.
That's a good idea.
Yes, I recommend that. I do recommend that to, if you're really serious about it, to have a meeting with Mr. Keshe. And then by speaking with him, he will definitely see if there is a way that you can support each other or work together. So I really recommend you that.
Thank you. No, I will absolutely. Like you guys said, the time is definitely now, so action is needed. And I think that the team that I've established here in California have been more than ready, especially with the current politics. So I'll end on that.
And also I'll mention that the first center will be open in Arizona, and that'll be one of the three main centers for the flight unit, but also for the other technologies. And that'll include in Linz, Austria will be the other main center, and then in Iran. So,
beautiful.
As was shown in the beginning part of our show here, the triangle of those three around the planet will be the sort of the base, and other cities and so on will also contribute to the structure that forms over the entire planet of active centers.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, I think that the visualization aspect of it and the huge component of understanding that the human body is a soft technology in itself, and really our mission has been teaching humanity and teaching souls how to tap into their consciousness and activate their own tech that's within their own innate system, and I think that this is just this is just complementary to that. But very cool. Much love from San Francisco, you guys, and just thank you for everything again. And I will be in touch and reach out.
Yeah, and I just wanted to show here the horizontal enhancement spaceship unit, which is another of the units available, and that's 500,000 euro. And there's also the wait, there's more. Way more. The vertical enhancement spaceship unit as well.
I like it. Very cool.
And that one is 250,000 euro.
Yeah. Awesome.
Alison, which part of California are you in?
San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, the important thing is to really look for people who they are very like doctor or scientists. They are very open-minded to really understand how this technology works. Because if you look, it just look like a normal box, but is the concept of the technology that need to be understood to be able then to apply it and be able to use those machines. Until we didn't fully understand this technology, we'll not be able to use them. So we're looking for those people. So if you know any top, doctor or scientist that are open, we're looking for these people getting together and develop further this technology.
Well, yes, yeah, absolutely. I myself am one of them, and I have a team of about 10 or 12 that I've been working with for the past 10 years. And like I said, the suppression has been real, especially in, California. And we're very in alignment with the plasma tech and understanding the potentials that is needed. And I think, speaking from a galactic perspective, we all have right now, especially different beings that are here that are helping us move forward. And so councils that are, not on this planet, hence why we're utilizing some of the plasma tech to ground and to host different intergalactic meetings. A lot of the scientists that I work with, we've already been in contact and communication, and it's just grounding that field so they could come here and really hold space and to do certain healings. I'm not sure if this group is familiar with Dr. Stephen Greer, but he was a huge whistleblower in regards to certain things that were going on inside the United States government, and what was being kept from our knowledge. And one of the technologies was called the phaser technology, F-A-S-E-R. And it was very powerful, putting biophotons into the microtubules of the human body cell, where any cancer, any disease, any imbalance in the human biofield or energy system was completely wiped out. And it was almost like Lebowski's box that you sat in, and you were beamed with such strong rays of light that the physical human flesh looked like sun was shining through it, where your skin almost became translucent. And they've been using this technology for the upper elites for the past decade now. And then also different technologies that have been allowed off of this planet that were regrowing and healing limbs. So, you know, we're using these technologies here. And like I said earlier in the beginning of my question, you know, there were certain government officials that did find out about this, that yes, they were allowed to be used. However, they were not allowed to be used in our medical fields. You know, our medical field is it's a joke, and it's not a field of healing and helping. You know, it's a field of death and repeat business. And that's why I'm, you know, protecting of the investment and the funds of where we're going to be, you know, putting this into fruition, just because I've seen it with my own eyes, myself included, of being shut down and suppressed within the past 5 years. So I'm glad that, you know, the peace and the understanding that they no longer can silence and stop the advancement of medical and scientific advancements on this planet to increase the quality of the human life. That's first and foremost, is that true peace that passes all understanding. So I understand that, you know, you spoke into saying that this is already allowed here in Arizona. I'm very familiar with Arizona. Next time I'm down there, I'm going to have to stop by the Keshe Foundation. I go there quite frequently, so I will have to check it out and stay up to date with everything. But that's just the concern.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
the centers isn't open there yet, but you can check in with John Bliven if he's willing or able to do such a thing.
Can I come in, please?
Please, thank you, Mr. Keshe.
Good evening. Sorry, I dropped off. My sister failed somewhere. The Arizona Center will receive the first flight unit in next 4 or 6 weeks, and 1 unit per week from there on. And Arizona will already receive 48 vision enhancement unit in February, March. These are all built. We are negotiating with the American government for the shipment, that they become part of the space research development. If you go there around March, you should start seeing the systems being brought in and set up.
Okay.
Altogether, Arizona will carry in excess of 75 units in the center. It's a jam pack. It will be a jam pack center. All has been done. It's just we were waiting for negotiations of 5+1 to be completed before we ship anything. Already a system has been shipped to the United States as a goodwill gesture with the American government, and we start that very soon. So you should be able to see the operation of it and the flight system in Arizona in the next 8 weeks maximum. The only reason is Chinese New Year, we are delayed by 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Rick, who was the point of contact for Arizona? Can you pop that in the chat for me?
The point of contact is you can go through the Keshe Foundation, it's Arizona Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, or you can go through me because we control, we are a major shareholder in that research center. Rick can give you in the background the private link to me, and then we can discuss it privately.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Keshe.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, if you can Let me see if, how can we do that?
I'll send you
can
my
go-
email, Rick, in the
Okay.
chat.
Perfect, thanks.
Alison, there was a question you want to make to Mr. Keshe, while he's here, or tell him about your background, or whatever you told us before when Mr. Keshe was not here.
I think I'll just, it's to spare everyone's time, I think that I'll just reach out personally and talk to him about the shipment that's coming to Arizona in March. I'll make a trip down there in March to go see everything, and then make a plan to implement the same blueprint that they have going down there in Northern California. So I think I just sent a personal email, and I can just reach out and follow up afterwards.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alison. Welcome aboard.
Okay, do we have more questions? We have another hand up with Salamia here. Go ahead, Salamia.
Yes, thank you very much, Rick. Hello, everybody. I have a wish regarding the conflict-free resolution of actual conflict between Russia, Ukraine, with the involvement of NATO, USA, and also European Union. Many Romanian citizens are scared about this conflict because Romania has a basis, military base in Deveselu, is a shield, American shield, and Russia is a defensive one, and Russia interpreted that is an offensive one. So the wish is to have peace, and I'm kindly requesting you to make together this wish to have peace on the world and on this conflict, to solve him without more conflicts, if possible. And I'm sure that Mitra will help. Thank you very much.
I am present in your wish.
Yes, I'm present in your wish.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
Thank you very much, my dearest soul. We are already connected at the soul level in all unicos. And I'm sure that we already transmitted this wish and this thought in all the unicos. And peace will be in our heart, in our mind, and in our life. Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. It's Dean here. I'd like to, if I can, to bring forward a wish. There's, I know there's many souls that have been in these moments are going through some certain conditions where they are being. We have people, as we've said, that have been put in positions where their families and themselves have been subjected to certain conditions in the environment. And this is an effect within society and within the families that creates a separation. And I'd like to, there's one particular instance that I know of where this particular person has been incarcerated in a certain position. And it's greatly affected his personal situation. However, I do not want to make it about one person, because this is a situation that happens globally amongst many peoples that have been through wanting to speak a certain way or act to bring about a change and to share openly their thoughts and visions and bring about a beauty across the planet. And some people know about the technology, and some know it on a soul level. It's a knowing from humanity of many situations that happen across the planet. And I sense that these souls are really, in these moments, coming to a position of understanding the condition of plasma. They may not know about plasma and the knowledge as such, but on a soul level, we're all deeply connected. And I know these souls are now in a position to would like to experience this condition. There's a lot of souls that need elevation, that in souls of physicality have been causing conditions that have caused many beings to be subjected to conditions that are not always of the best interest of the individual and the collective group of souls that are present within the family structure that has been brought forward so that they can live a decent and wonderful life, sharing and giving to the family of humanity. There is this person that has been in a certain position has openly said that he believes as my dear family of mankind. And as we know, this is, Mr. Keshe has openly said that mankind has to be kind to himself. And so the wish be for all the souls that are being put in a position that causes a conflict and an imbalance to be free from their structure, to be free of the ability to be free to be a soul that can experience as it wishes in the matter state and on a soul level the conditions that will bring about the change of beauty amongst all the peoples of the planet. Because I've sensed and I feel I've been on a few positions recently where I've, in a physicality, I've witnessed and been part of something that doesn't always feel correct. And on a soul level, we know we can change this with the Universal Council. We know the Council was here and put in position to bring about change and to bring about this peace across humanity. And this technology is, as Mr. Keshe has brought forward, will greatly enhance the ability for mankind to experience this freedom of mankind, the family of mankind. So I wish the freedom of mankind to be in the physicality and on soul level available to all human beings, so that they can express themselves and experience the beauty of the knowledge of creation, and also the freedom of their emotions and their thoughts that humanity has come to understand as the family of mankind. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Dean. I am present in your beautiful wish. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swati.
I'm present. I am present.
I am present.
Okay, is there any further questions or comments at this point? Perhaps it's time to bring to a close today's show, or did we miss something?
The links, I will read it again.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This is, you see, Hindi language, Shwetanvar, and this is the link of the documents in the Universal Council page in Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. And welcome you to all beautiful souls here. And this, I will say, with the love of the Creator in the dynamic fields, in his fields of love, we are all universal. So we have to be in the emotion of presence, so universal. So these are the links. Anybody can go, any beautiful soul can read. And this is the UC Charter, Universal Council Charter. And here the science of the soul is explained in the scientific way. The soul of the heart, the soul of every cell is explained. And this is the beauty of this totality. And you see mandate, which is mandatory, because you have to create the essence, the point of view, the emotion of presence, and this will be very helpful and beautiful guidance to you. And the Earth Council Constitution, as every mechanism of the Creator is coming here, we are merging with it. So Earth is the happening place, I will say now. And this is an enlightenment of Earth that is receiving this mechanism all over the world as oases, as wellness centers, as all that is love, I will say. So welcome to I also invite the Earth Council, my dear ones, to join us and go through the Constitution. This is very necessary. You will understand what to do in a way in every part of this world. So, and the final is the peace roadmap, my dear. And when we say we are doing, it is done, and the peace is here. So walk with all of us sharing each other love interdependently. We were always like that. The humanity, a core love, and then only we can understand how freedom is, how independent way we can do, or we can have the peace and beauty and joy and what I can say. You will understand walking this way. So I will say, please go to the roadmap, peace roadmap. And if you, there is a peace treaty also, because this mechanism, the enhancement unit, all the beautiful mechanism of the universal creator is in exchange of peace, the exchange of beauty and totality. So humanity needs it more than ever. Thank you. Please go through the roadmap. This is the joyride you ever have. So thank you. And in the left side, there's the email IDs of the active members of the Universal Council. And you can go and mail what you want or what you want to share. You will be answered immediately. And English is the common language as we use. You can contact anytime to any of the Universal Council. So thank you. Thank you for being here, participating in all the way, in all love. And thank you from the Universal Council and the knowledge seekers, the truth seekers, the Spaceship Institute. Thank you from the core of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute.
Thank you, Alison. Sorry, Sweta. I really recommend to Alison to go through all the peace roadmap, the Earth Constitution.
There's a lot of interference.
Yeah, I
through
think it's
Sweta's microphone. Only when we talk. So it's okay. It's clear in her microphone when she talks, but if anybody else talks when her microphone's open, it comes through as interference. So
sorry, I thought it was me. Yeah, so I recommend Alison to have a read, to really have a read to the Earth Constitutions and the Universal Council mandate. These are really important things to read, and the peace roadmap. Really go through these. I really recommend it.
No, absolutely, and I want to just say thank you again. I've been following and studying the Keshe Foundation for probably about 2 years now, and I've just been setting up the infrastructure here in California to be able to produce something along the lines of what my vision is for humanity. And I think, now is the time that I'm able to step forward and commit fully to this mission. And just in a brief nutshell, not to go over on time, it's the mission and the planetary state is critical, and we can no longer turn a blind eye. And I think the realization of truth has been now more than ever, where human souls who have been asleep for so long, or maybe don't understand or believe or understand plasma technology or the science of the soul, or them being their own God manifested creator being, has been opened. And I'm taking that opportunity with my fellow brothers and sisters in order to save this planet, because we're all called, and it's by enlightening one human soul at a time. So I'm very familiar with the peace roadmap, with the mandate. I think I signed the peace treaty a couple years ago. And I'm just more motivated and ready to take action and to support whatever way I can and do my part. And so I think now, especially to open a center and to have a physical land, to have a place where we can do these healings, these ascension teachings, and connect the bridge between science and spirituality is key. And my prayer and my invocation is to make sure every human soul understands this, and breaking down, quantum physics and quantum science and the fractal universe and the multiverses into a digestible, bite-sized chunk where the common 6-year-old or even 2-year-old can understand it. So I will definitely follow up with all of the documents that are presented here, and also get in touch with Mr. Keshe and with the Universal Council in order to move plans forward in parallel while they're bringing stuff to Arizona, and to bring stuff here to California and to really begin this, because the next 2 to 5 years on a global scale, we're all going to see everything completely change. And I'm very excited and very ready, because I cannot stand innocent souls that are passing, or the enslavement that has been allowed to go on here for far too long. So I think all of our prayers I've heard, I think there's so much presence being held, and the support at this time is just a very beautiful realization from the multiverses, from all of our heavenly beings and guides, and also from all of our sisters and brothers here. So it's time, you guys, and I'm very ready. And I just want to say thank you again for everything. This is everyone's soul that has participated in this foundation and this journey has been an answering to so many prayers that I don't even think you guys realize the impact that you have, especially on my life, on people's lives that, who Mr. Keshe has touched and helped. I mean, it's the domino effect. So I'm excited. Thank you.
Yes, welcome, Alison. We make the new world as we speak. So to be united is our asset. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's time to play dominoes. And we're so lucky to be at this time in history to witness all the changes that are going on. And I noticed that you seem to have already sort of adapted to the plasma technology. And in effect, the changes are inside more than outside. The manifestation and the devices and the units and all that is kind of the icing on the cake, as they say, but the actual changes are changes inside of us that take place. And that's I think those changes are definitely already happening with Allison, and so many people over the planet now are waking up to the new possibilities. So it's exciting times, and dominoes is a good game to play now.
Absolutely.
I'd like to mention one thing that's sort of in connection with this idea of things opening up is we had some comments in the YouTube regarding the convoy that's happening in Canada right now. There's a convoy of trucks and cars that are moving across the country toward Ottawa, the capital of Canada, and there will be in the tens of thousands of trucks, and probably in the hundreds of kilometers a length of trucks that are all moving across Canada now in protest of the mandates, the mandates that the government is putting in for truckers in particular, but for many individuals in general. And of course, this is part of the protests we see around the planet now as well in many, many areas. So the wish is to elevate the souls of all the souls who are involved in those situations on both sides, to have a peaceful outcome, and to elevate the situation to all, so that all can have a better perspective and a better outcome. So that's part of the wishes from, I think Stephen brought that up in the YouTube. And so we just want to acknowledge that.
Yes. Thank you, Stephen. I am present. I am present to you in your wish, my dear.
I'm present.
Thank you, Stephen. I am present. Absolutely. Sending so much prayers, love, and light for the, yeah. Oh, the passion, man, the passion. Yes. So much love, brother. So much love to you, and so much love to Canada and to all those very brave souls, very brave souls. The righteousness and the victory and the liberation is there. And I don't know who said it early, but once spoken, it's done. It is done. That I am presence. Once we speak that into existence, it's crystallized. So there's so much support there with them right now.
Yes, indeed. You can't beat love. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, amen. Divine love, that's where we are at our soul essence. And by the power of God, every knee shall bend. And in that sense, because we faced a lot of that resistance here. And, my personal experience, I had, I'll make this very short. I had a hate crime in the essence of standing in my sovereignty and not being forced to do something. And I ended up embracing the man who was just spewing this anger and I said, let me just love you. What is going on right now in your personal life? And take plasma out of it. When you heal on a soul level, these souls are suffering. They have this technology of understanding who and what we are as a human being has been so suppressed from us for eons, that when we step into that, it's so foreign to people of what divine love really is, that they have no other way of reacting to it. And so it was such a beautiful witnessing to watch divine love conquer all and just melt the hatred and the anger out of some of these people. Because at the end of the day, they don't even know where it's coming from and where this animosity is, because it's healing them and unprogramming them and allowing them to experience the sacred divinity of the soul / plasma technology / understanding the human body as a living, breathing ultra computer, so to say. So at this time, that's why the time is now to bring this to the world, and the actions are so needed. Action. And I think, like I said, I'll end on that, but to all my brothers and sisters in Canada, you guys are so supported and loved, and I'm just so happy that they're doing that, man. Amen.
Thank you for your words, Allison. So I did send you an email with the details there, so check your email. And if you have any general questions, you can contact me or other knowledge seekers from the Keshe Foundation that can help you with links or other sharings.
Thank you.
Hi, Rick. It's Dean again. Can I quickly just add to that conversation a little bit? So I've been present in some situations here in Linz. And it's the very souls that I see stood in a line with a condition that is accepted by themselves, from the environment. And it's those very souls that you see in front of you that need the elevation the most. And these souls are in a position where they are protecting something, a field strength that they hold dear to. And for them, that field strength can be something they believe to be correct. And from the other point of view, the other soul of physicality sees it as totally incorrect. Field strength can be completely different. It's all energy transfer. It's all about a condition where the energy is given or taken in a certain way, a plasmatic way. And so the Universal Council here has been present for some time, making lots of wishes, making lots of conditions that have greatly influenced, in a beautiful way, elevated the soul of mankind. And these wishes have a field strength that has, on a plasmatic level, touched many, many souls across this planet and well beyond. And I know when I see these souls in front of me that have a certain condition, I know deep within inside them that the soul has been elevated and enlightened to the beauty. I see it in their physical bodies. Mr. Keshe has mentioned it many times. When he sees somebody walk into the room, he calls it like a tickle factor, or he notices a certain condition where they bend into the fields, or their body reacts in a certain way. And when you become aware of some of this information, you can see it in other souls, in their physicality. And you can see that they sense they feel slightly uncomfortable in their skin in what is happening in these moments, because they are experiencing it on a soul level, and the physical body, as we know, becoming into a situation of awareness through the soul interaction, changes, becomes a different field strength, a filtering process that brings about a balance and a peace within. And no matter what the condition is, for some people, something that seems very, very harsh, and for others can seem something totally the opposite, is a field strength. And many of these conditions we have and we face as a race, as one nation, are here to elevate mankind. And some of the things that seem so incredibly harsh to us has brought us to a position where we have, as a soul of mankind, we've elevated and we've changed our position. And so when you come to understand that nothing is right and nothing is wrong, it seems harsh, but it has brought us to a position of where we can now, these very words that we've all spoken this today, this morning, this afternoon, this evening, has elevated ourselves and the soul of mankind once more. And the universal community and all the beings that are present throughout creation are very aware of this, and they are present with us. And it is, as always, a very, what's the right word? Incredible moment to the realization of the soul touching other souls, even when they seem to be in a position that seems harmful to us. And when you give them a big hug on a soul level, and physicality, if they allow, then you can really touch them, and you can move mountains, literally on many, many different dimensions. And in these moments, I think mankind needs to be mankind, needs to be kind to itself, And I see this in everything that was said tonight and tonight here in where I'm present. So yeah, that wonderful words. Thank you all very much. It's been very enlightening today. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Dean. Is there any other comments from anyone before we wrap up here? SP in the YouTube says, I send out love, light, healing, and peace to the universe. Would someone like to read the last frame here?
Yes, I will read. Thank you, SP, my dear. Thank you for your concern, for your emotion of presence. And I read it. We are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, thank you everyone for being here for the 206th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace on Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. Thanks to Dean for our background image for today's show. This is of the Keshe reactors on display in Linz, Austria at the exhibition center there, where we have the other units as well. And what do we have coming up? We have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group is the next public workshop, which will start Wednesday, January 26th at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And that usually goes for several hours. People are invited to bring your replications of the plasma technology, or if you have any questions or things you'd like to discuss, then that's a good avenue for that. We get into all kinds of different topics there, but try to relate it to the plasma roots. Okay, and then of course we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop as usual on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central European Time. And I'm sure Mr. Keshe will have even more surprises and interesting things for us to listen to in that workshop. Okay, I think that's it for now. And thank you everybody for attending today. And we'll see you in the next public workshop.